Okay, okay, okay. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another town hall session in which we're going to discuss some very important topics. Having a little problem with my voice right now. Probably need some honey and lemon, but I won't go get that right now. Let me take care of this business first. What I want to do is once again invite you to be a part of something big, very big. In fact, I believe it's the next big thing to happen in Black America. The next big thing to happen in Black America. What is it? It's a new Black city, a new Black township, a new Black community. One that is geared toward entrepreneurship, business development, education. We have one connection where it looks like we might be bringing some agriculture to the table. We have a few other things that we would like to do with that project. Now, this is a town hall meeting. And so I just mentioned to you the idea that we are developing a town. This is serious talk. Now, you've heard me talk about a number of things, and over the years, it's really been the same things. I'm very focused on those things. And the idea of this township, puts an umbrella over the major projects that I've been talking to you about and developing over the years. I'm going to tell you more about this town. We have a name for it too. Right now we're calling it New Black City, just to play on the video. I mean, you know the movie, you remember it, New Jack City. This is a play on those words, New Black City. That's not the name. It's just our little side joke amongst us who have seen the movie New Black City and understand its cultural value in our community. One of the reasons why my motivation to develop a Black township is for what just happened. The idea that I would need to explain to someone, which is okay, what New Black City is in relationship to New Jack City, the movie. If you haven't seen it, you don't understand it, then you might not understand the parallel. In fact, I need to go back and watch the movie again because even though we're calling this New Black City, and I know that New Jack City was not a fairy tale. It was dealing with some pretty rough things. I need to go back and look at that and see if I even want to play around with the name New Black City for concern that we would be giving the wrong impression to people, including Black people. I'm not for the name New Black City because of the thuggery of the movie that I'm expecting to see when I go back and see it again, but because it says exactly what we are, New Black City. And I'll tell you the name. I have a name that we've already selected, pretty much is going to be the name, unless someone, you or anyone else, can come up with a better name for a new Black city, and which is pretty much going to be with a Houston focus, by the way. Houston, Texas, my new town, my new hometown. The new Black city. Now, we're supposed to be talking about education in Houston, town hall meeting. I'm waiting here every Tuesday at this time, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. I will be on this Zoom meeting, and when I can really pull it together, probably live on Facebook at the same time, dealing with this issue. This is your town hall meeting to talk about what the problems are in education in Houston, HISD, in Fort Bend ISD, in Alief ISD, and I just saw a situation up in Klein that maybe Klein has some issues. In fact, I have a cohort in the Klein area who was on Channel 26 News with me back in the day. And he described to me some situations that might be existing in the Klein ISD. We'll see. Now, what's the purpose of this city in connection with this education issue that we're talking about? the connection of the city to the education issue is simply this. Aren't our schools in cities? Aren't cities places where people dwell? Isn't there interest in the education and the training of the young people and the families and the communities in a city? And so while we have adopted the city as a form of structure, we're not talking about the kind of city that would be a legal city in the state of Texas necessarily. But I know when I sit at the table with the people that I'm sitting at the table with, they're going to correct that statement I just made. They're going to correct it. Bottom line is, here's what the city does, our new black city. One of the major areas, let me give you the 5, and the last one is the one we're going to elaborate on a little bit more on this show, on this town hall meeting, your town hall meeting. Let me read this to you. I might as well start with the mission. The mission of the blank city, the new black city, is black community development through youth entrepreneurship. It's the mission. Black community development through youth entrepreneurship. The purpose of the city is to maintain a platform for creating, developing, and promoting black community development through youth entrepreneurship, the National Black Agenda. That's what it is. Black community development through youth entrepreneurship. The general objective is this for community development. I'm going to give you 4 main programs that have been developed over multiple years and is based in good theory and sound curriculum development, educationally, religiously, spiritually. There's a difference between religion and spirituality. Financially, economically, there's a difference between economics and finances. Psychologically, historically, do I need to go through any more leads to let you know this has been well thought through and well developed? And I stand on that. One of the things that I think I went through after or during the COVID and after COVID, it provided a situation in which I was disoriented, lost my swagger, was always involved in developing the things I'm getting ready to tell you about. But I'm talking about clearly understanding what my position was. I think God had me in a holding pattern from what I had done in the past, was doing before the virus hit, and am doing now. Leadership. 5 areas in which my business, understand what I'm saying, my business, that means I can do what I want to do. I'm not asking for approval. I'm not asking for permission. I'm not asking for recognition. I'm telling you what I am doing as an individual, my business. Now, as an individual, an educated individual, a knowledgeable individual, I know I need you. So that I'm not just dealing with an I, but a we. I need you. And I need you to be about who you are, and who you are should be something positive and productive so that we can collaborate and make sure that we bring to manifestation black community development through youth entrepreneurship. Let me give you this and not hold you up all night. These are 5 major programs, and I'm going to tell you who they're targeting. The National Black Business Alliance, targeting black people. The Entrepreneurs Network, targeting entrepreneurs. Now, the NBBA is really the same thing as 10, the Entrepreneurs Network, except with a specific focus on the black community. Number 3, NICE, National Youth Center for entrepreneurship. It's a NICE program. The purpose of the NICE program is community development through youth entrepreneurship by training young people in the basics of economics, the basics of business, the basics of leadership, the basics of media productions. The NICE program will prove itself to be a real nice program in the Black community. The fourth area, there's only four, I'm only gonna, well, the fourth area is, no, let me go back to to youth government. We're organizing a government for our city where the young people are engaged as council members, mayors, judges, governors, senators, state representatives, in a mock structure to provide realistic outcomes because we've organized ourselves under a model that we already know has some level of effectiveness and some level of accomplishment. City government. We're a city of Black people. So the National Black Business Alliance targeting Blacks, the Entrepreneurs Network targeting entrepreneurs, the NICE program targeting youth, the youth government targeting groups and teams because we'll organize and segment ourselves into groups and teams in order to achieve our goals. And the fifth one is called HEAT. 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 Well, HEAT can do a number of things. You can use HEAT to warm up your food, to have an enjoyable warm meal. Or you can use HEAT to burn up the trash. Now, when we come to the table, we're going to not just bring the heat, but we will be the heat. We will warm up the food or burn up the trash, whichever is most necessary at the time. Let me share with you. A structure for how much time do we have? We have about 18 minutes at the max. A structure for designing programs. I'm a curriculum designer by training. Loma Linda University. I have a master's degree in education curriculum design. I finished my training in Loma Linda under Dr. Ruben Hildy and finished in the top 10% in the nation in the area of curriculum and instruction on the GRE scores. Why do I bring that up? Those are my white credentials. You all need to know that I have met certain levels of accomplishment and achievement in places that the general population of non-Blacks tend to hold in esteem. I've done that, been there, done that. That does not define all of who I am. Those are just the tools. I just told you what I have in my tool belt. My Black credentials are these. I don't have to do this. I do not have to reach back to the Black community and try to touch the lives of young men and young women and their mothers and their fathers, or their mamas and their daddies, or their neighbors, or their bosses, or their pastors. I don't have to be engaged in trying to help to develop my community. I don't. I've accomplished enough to go and do and live and be whatever I want to be without the headache of dealing with a certain population of people. That population could be anybody. It's a headache. But just like the birth pangs that a woman feels when she's giving birth to a child does not stop her from having additional children or loving the child that is birthed. And so while this may be headache producing, it also produces a great amount of joy that I can say that as a Black man, I had an opportunity to be on this earth, to experience a number of things that have been fun, a number of things that have been heart-wrenching, a number of things that have helped me to be who I am today and still be around to try to make a difference. here are the 5 components of curriculum design. And I broke these things down into basically 1, 2-word, 3-word phrases to get to the point, to the gist of what we're doing. The mission statement of community development through youth entrepreneurship, Black community development through youth entrepreneurship. Each word has important meaning. It helps to convey something that through the process of curriculum design, we've come to the conclusion that what I just told you, what I've been telling you, and what I'm about to reiterate here in these 5 points has validity, it has value, and is powerful. Remember, I'm not asking for approval or agreement. I'm telling you it's powerful. There's 5 areas of curriculum design that we studied under Dr. Reuben Hildy, Loma Linda University. 5 areas of curriculum design. There are other models for curriculum design. I'm just giving you the one that I had an opportunity to learn and then utilize throughout a lifetime. The first one is needs assessment. The second thing is program development. Third is orientation. Fourth is where most programs break down. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to give you a hint that the fourth one starts with an I. It's the area where most programs break down. And then the last one is evaluation. Let me explain. Needs assessment. Why are we doing this? What is the need? I've taken the first step, to bypass having to pass out a survey to find out if Black people have this need, which everything we've done is designed to address. Do Black youth especially have an interest or need in earning extra income? Let me see. Do I need to do a survey? Do I need to take a poll? Or can I just get an amen from my listeners? I'm going to just make that the number one needs assessment that we're going to address, the need for young people and their families to have extra income. Number 2, program design. Now, what is the program that has been designed, that's been developed to make what I just described, to address what I just described, the need for young people and their families, their communities, their nonprofits, to earn extra income? As soon as we're done with this, I'm going to have my lemon and honey and water, warm water, to deal with this throat. The program development. What is the program that we developed to make this happen? The program that we developed to make this happen is a youth internship program. Young people engaged in an internship that has objectives that need to be met, tasks that need to be done, knowledge that needs to be learned, individuals that need to be met, skills that need to be honed, and habits that need to be put in place to help people to be more successful, and mostly and most definitely to help people earn an extra income, to realize their value. I could tell you some things right now about value that you possess that you could be paid today, but you don't know about that value. You're not aware of that value. I'm going to tell you. Needs assessment, program development, orientation. That means tell everybody. Our orientation is through our national city. It's through our national scope of what we're trying to accomplish. It's through our structure of these programs that we have in order to reach our people. And so we'll make sure we have those processes, programs, structures, software, systems in place to make sure that people know. And then we're going to make sure that what we have is like a virus, easy to spread from one person to the next. Good virus. Now, what is the I? After you've done your needs assessment, after you've done your program design development, After you've done your orientation and told everyone, what's the fourth step that is the place where most programs break down, do not get accomplished, and for lack of any other reason, there's a host of words that are used to describe it, but this word starts with an I. Where do most programs break down? Implementation. Implementation, putting it into action. And so for us, we have an implementation strategy that deals with a cash contract. Cash contract. That means KASH, knowledge that our individuals need to possess, attitudes and allies, which they need to be aware of, people that will support them, skills or dollar sign, dollar bills. How do you turn your skills, your interest, into income and revenue? That's cash, KASH, habit. How do you do it over and over again and make a habit of it? Well, we believe we have some solutions for those of you that would like to accomplish these things by becoming a part of what we're doing as we address these things on local campuses. This program is what we're talking about when we start talking about bringing a campus-based school board to Madison, Yates, Cashmere, Worthing, not Wheatley, Willow Ridge. I'm talking about high schools right now. But we also will be identifying and operating on those feeder school campuses that are feeding into the high school. So we're excited about that. We will have a presence there. Who's the presence? You're the presence. What I just described to you has been monetized, which means it generates revenue so that those young people can earn income while implementing our programs, so that the parents can earn income while implementing our programs, so that we can be as black as we want to be because we are self-funding and we generate the money. Where do we get this money from? I'm not asking for donations. Keep your donations, unless you just feel very compelled. But generally, we have value and we sell our value. And so we have some things we want to offer the businesses in the community, the organizations in the community, the parents and the students. Currently, we're looking for two target segments. Number one, we're looking for nonprofits. Looking for nonprofit entities that need to earn and have additional income. This is not tied to your nonprofit, does not endanger your nonprofit status, but we have a strategy well thought through to implement that will bring additional revenues to your nonprofit. Most of you aren't making any money. You're spending your own money to keep an idea alive. When you can flip that and start generating revenues if you want to, you can also identify some for-profit opportunities as well. But we're looking for nonprofits. The second group are young people from elementary, middle school, high school, and college. Heavy emphasis on middle school, our middle school merchants. Little Bubba is a middle schooler. Look up Little Bubba, Kids Use Your Mind on YouTube. Well, my voice was gone when I first arrived, so I can't say since my voice is going that it's time for me to go. I can say that because we have now reached the 25th minute. I want to stay within 30 minutes. 25 probably sounds ideal. Oh, since I have 5 minutes, let me share with you some of the benefits of the program so you'll know. And this is not in any particular order, and it's not the refined present to the audience type list that you're going to get. Number one, you're being a director if you're a business, a database and a mailing list where we can keep up with what it is you want us to know about you and share with you what it is we want you to know about us and other businesses in the community. Um, Challenges being offered, challenges to accomplish certain activities, to raise certain levels of money, to showcase certain events, to bombard local restaurants with our presence on any given evening, local black restaurants. A challenge. Projects. What do you want to do? It's a project. Let me help you turn that into a outcome. Projects. Campaigns. We have a Christmas campaign. We have a summer campaign. We have a Super Bowl campaign. Um, this is powerful in this city that we're developing, by the way. Training. You don't know how to do a lot of this. We'll show you how to do it. The part that we will show you most definitely how to do is how to build a team, how to earn income, and how to tell other people and be successful using our cash system. I know what I'm doing. I'll help you figure out what you're doing. Awards, awards. See you at the Essence Awards. Compensation, we will pay you up to 50% of anything that you bring to our project every month, not one time, every month, up to 50%. Events, activities, showcases, cruises. We've already taken a group of young people, not a lot, but many middle school merchants on a cruise to the Bahamas. They've already gone on an international business trip, and they were only in the fifth grade and third grade, third graders. Events, discounts. You can buy some things cheaper from us than you can in other places. You get status. See, when you have a little money, you can have status. You can at least look like you have status. Or you can decide to cover up your status and put your money away, but people are going to know who you are anyway because you've been productive and you can be an asset to someone else. So you can have status. You can have motivation to do things, and especially when you find out how simple it is to do what it is we're talking about doing. And whether if you're an adult, I know that for the adults, but some of you are not going to believe that. You're too busy trying to make it. You're too busy trying to do the same things you've been doing. You're too busy trying to meet up to your mama's and your daddy's expectations and follow their guidelines. Were they rich? Were they financially independent? They were loving and kind, hopefully. But did they really have the knowledge base to take you where you need to go today? They may have been able to help you get to where you are now. But now to go to the next level, there's another level of implementation. Remember, I told you things break down at the implementation level. You probably want this, but you don't know how to implement it. You may not know what to do, but even if you know what to do, you don't know how to get it done. Motivation, uh, visibility, visibility, visibility. Oh man, I'm trying to think of the word for it. Credibility leads to visibility. Oh, credibility. Excuse me, visibility, being seen. This is Ivan Peisner, founder of the Business Networking International. Being seen. Being visible will help people know who you are and be able to evaluate you based on your credibility. And as you develop your credibility as a person, as a business, it will lead to profitability. I'm in business. Everything I just told you is my business, not a vote of popularity, not a request for understanding, nothing but my business. And by the way, my business is helping people. That's why I can say my business with such boldness. And my track record has been filled with helping people. Let's help these schools out. And some of you can come over and help yourself out by becoming a project manager. I'll talk about it next week. Project management. In fact, I may talk about it just on another time, maybe tomorrow night. In fact, it's that important. Project management. I have it on a Zoom meeting here where you can see how you can get in, fit in, and blossom and grow. Have a great day. People, I'm going to have to learn to master this Zoom because right now it's not working too well for me. And that's not good because I used to really be a master of these things. So now I have to get back to it. You all have a good evening.